Welcome to Connecting Christ. My name is Jonathan May, and I'm so happy that you guys have tuned in today. I can't wait to talk to you about something that came to my heart that I've been praying about, and it's the power of resurrection. So, we all know about Jesus and how he died on the cross and he rose from the dead 3 days later. While he defeated death, I believe that we can gain life in the sense that we'll live a better, more fulfilling life if we follow our passions and our dreams. So, what I'm talking about is the power of resurrection, not just in raising from the dead, but in addition to that, the resurrection of your dreams, your passions, the things that you love, and the things that you miss in your life and bringing those back. And so, I really hope this message has a positive effect on you guys. I hope it's something that can help you reach the level that you want to reach and do the things that you want to do. There are many things that people wish to do in their lives and they haven't taken the opportunity to do it or they haven't done it. Many people dream to be actors, to make music, to start a business, to travel. And I'm here to tell you today that through Jesus, you can do more than you ever imagined. One of my dreams was always to read the Bible from cover to cover, and it's something that I'm working through at this time. And it's definitely something I'm just so happy that, I'm going word by word instead of, going section by section and jumping around. I just want to get through each and every word so I can get an understanding of it. And that's a wonderful place to start. If you guys, don't know what your dreams are, or don't know what you want to do, consider just starting with the Bible, starting with a great book. Now, how do we know what dreams come from God? So, you can definitely resurrect a passion, a dream, and I definitely recommend that you do one that comes from God. And we know that it comes from God when it's something that is deep inside of us and it won't go away. You see movies where somebody wants to be an athlete and people tell them they can't do it and they keep working towards it and working towards it and then they become that special athlete, or they want to become an artist and people tell them they can't be that artist and they keep working towards it and working towards it and eventually it comes. I just saw the movie, I believe it's called Coco. It's like a cartoon animation, and the child in that movie wanted to play music, and his family told him he couldn't be a musician. But it was like a God dream because it was something that was so strong inside of him that it kept eating at him that he had to play music. And I'm sure maybe if you don't have something that's strong, there's something deep down that you wish to do, that you would love to do, whether it's traveling, whatever it is. And we're going to talk about what steps can we take to initiate that God dream and to get to, fulfilling your passions. The first thing I want you all to do is, if you have a passion like this, I want you to look at what are some of the initial steps that I can take if I'm trying to fulfill my dreams and my hopes and my passions. There's different things you may want to do. It may be taking classes, educating yourself, networking, meeting specific types of people or people that are going to help you, maybe mentor you or help you reach where you need to go. Or maybe they can fulfill an area that is not a strength of yours, and their strength and your strengths can work together to form something great. Maybe you need to be brainstorming on different ideas about where you want to go with what your passion is or what you want to do. If you want to travel, maybe you want to brainstorm on, how am I going to make money for this? How am I going to pay for this? What are some options to save money? What are places that I can go? If money is a limitation, maybe you want to look at, where is a dollar worth more? What countries is a dollar worth more than in other countries? Or vice versa, with any currency. And then it could be just including like practicing. I know a gentleman that I met, and he is like a stunt double. And so he practices every day doing flips, action scenes, all kinds of aerial um, types of movements, and it's really exciting. It's really awesome that he does it, and you can see how he improves over time. You see how he gets better, and he's following his dream. And I encourage him so much. I love that he's getting better at what he's doing, but I also encourage you guys. Maybe it's about losing weight, and the biggest thing is just taking that first step. Start walking every night. Start doing squats in the bathroom at work. If you work at home, maybe do squats at home. You know, don't don't eat as much with each meal, or break them up over time so you have more time to digest. So it's just little things like that. Take those initial steps. Take as many initial steps as you can. When you do what you can, God will do what you can. And so I've experienced this firsthand, and I push as many people as I can to do as much as you can and then depend on God to do what you can. And it's amazing how things can happen. God has a way of finding a way to do things, or doing things in a way that we would never imagine. We could just never conceive that the way that He would want something done would be the way that it does get done. And so that's just something that you have to just have an open heart and open mind, and you have to listen. I think that's the biggest thing, is just listen internally, listen to like your Holy Spirit, accept Jesus in your life, and then listen to what He has to say to you. It may take time. Don't try to have a timetable for God's plans, but just do as much as you can. Do it with love, and know that it's your passion and something you care about, and that if God has your back, you're doing the right thing. You're doing what you should be doing. It's a passion for a reason. It's something God placed within you, and you're gonna find success. You're gonna find success. It could be a multitude of ways. Maybe you'll inspire other people. Maybe you'll make a lot of money. Maybe you'll find, whatever it could be in your life. Maybe you'll make new friends. Maybe you'll make a new relationship, find a loved one or a partner, or things of that nature. So just, continue with your passions. Don't give them up. Also consider whether it's going to help to get up early in your day, to stay up later, and then also try to utilize the time in your day where you are doing something that you can think about something else. So I like to think about my goals and my passions when I'm working out, which I need to work out more, but that'll just give me more time to think about my passions. When you're showering, going to the bathroom, if you're doing something at work that doesn't require thought and is monotonous, then you can think about other things. Think about your passion. What can you do to get better and better? Say you want to be an actor, right? And you're in the shower, you can practice different emotions that people go through. Once you practice and you feel like you're pretty good at different emotions, look at how other people do those same emotions and try to mimic it. Look at other emotions and research other emotions that you never thought of before, and try to emulate those emotions and work on it and continue and practice. And it's going to help you over time. Eventually it'll come together. Consider working on two things at once as well. So I always live by the mantra, try to kill two birds with one stone. Sometimes it can take your focus off one task, and you don't want that. But other times you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things at one time. And then in those situations you should, or I encourage you to. Another time is when you're eating. We all eat every day, and oftentimes, if you're not speaking with other people, you have time to sit by yourself and think about what you want to do. I definitely recommend taking notes. Whenever ideas pop into your mind, have your phone ready, have a notepad ready. Make sure you write it down, because it's hard to keep track. Keep all of your ideas in one place so you can access them and review them periodically. Maximize your time and your thoughts while you're awake, so that you can brainstorm as much as possible. You can resolve one small issue with what you're trying to do, and then you can move on to the next issue. Move as quickly as you can through your progression of tasks. While you're doing these things, continue to pray while you're doing your best. Eventually, breakthroughs can happen, and oftentimes they'll shock you, surprise you, and delight you. And aren't you as excited as I am that we serve a God of resurrection? That we can rekindle the flame of our passion and seek out our dreams? I mean, I'm so thankful. There's so many things that I've given up on, and you know, I just bring it back and I keep trying and know that if you've taken a break from something, it's just a break. It's not over. You can come back to it. You can adapt. As times change, the situations change. If you look at the competitive business industry, many stores were cemented in their position. Brick and mortar stores were cemented in their position, and that's all changed with the internet and internet stores and creativity and new innovations are completely flipping the competitive market upside down, and it's really an opportunity to go in and make a difference and to come up with something new. And really, it's about hard work and determination and being able to work with other people and creating the right teams. Just thinking about tools that we have available. We have the internet to research everything in a given field. We have YouTube with classes, information, unlimited information on YouTube. There's classes online, classes in person. Your friends might be able to help you, people in the industry, conferences. It's just so much opportunity now, and we really have to grasp it. I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you guys. I'm no saint, and it's something where we can all do better at it. It's something we can all improve with, but it helps to encourage each other, and it helps to really think about where can I maximize my time and my thoughts. And I think that's, some of the things I talked about really helped me. I hope they help you guys as well. And also, in addition to that, a lot of technology is becoming more user friendly. Creating websites is much easier than it was even a year, 2 years ago. It becomes easier and easier. Editing technology, editing movies, editing pictures is extremely easy. If you have an Apple, they have free classes at Apple stores. If you live near an Apple store, it's just one option, but there's all kinds of free options. YouTube can teach you everything technologically that we need to know for basic editing. All these things are at our fingertips, but we have to take the first steps. And it starts with the first step, and then you just have to continue. And it's going to be something that you love, something you enjoy, and something that you can do every day. I may not know you, but I know you can take the first steps. And I pray that you can take the first steps. So just real quick, I'll bow my head. Father, please put their dreams in motion so that they can experience your power of resurrection and the joy that you bring on their lives in a new and exciting way. It's wonderful that we've been given this power of resurrection by Jesus and God. I just have a couple examples of the confidence that I've been given by Jesus to resurrect dreams of my own. The first one, and this was like a really funny story to me. I lost connection with a close friend of mine. It had been years since we had spoken, and he was the type of person that he was always at the gym. A lot of people knew him at the gym, and we were 1,000 miles apart. I tried calling, nothing. I talked to friends of ours. They hadn't talked to him that were close friends of his, and I completely lost touch with him. And I thought about the Bible, and I was listening to a sermon on the power of resurrection. I was like, listen, you know what? If Jesus can resurrect, then he can resurrect our friendship. And so what I did is I was like, the only thing that I know to do is to call the gym and try to leave a message for him. And I called, and it was like the weirdest situation ever. I was talking to this receptionist. I was like, hey, there's this guy there that goes by this name. Do you know who he is? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, I'm a good friend of his, and I haven't seen him in a really long time. And I was hoping you could just leave my number for him in case he wants to call me. And I ended up getting a call a couple days later. I just couldn't believe it. When this guy called, I was just so shocked. It was such a great experience. And we reconnected, and basically he just explained that he didn't have my number, and we hadn't talked for he he didn't have my number, and that he really like didn't realize that we weren't in touch or whatever. So it had a different effect on me than it did on him. But it was just amazing, like that God could do that in my life, and He can do the same thing for you. The next example is that, as you guys can see right here, this is one of my first steps. It's something where I always knew I was going to be a pastor. It's something that my family spoke over me my entire life. And I always want to share the stories of God's power and goodness. But it's something that I honestly didn't think I would do until I was going to retire. That was my plan. And I realized that God had other plans. I don't need to wait until I'm, a senior citizen to spread the word. I can do it immediately. And that's another thing that, you want to think about are things that you want to do that you're putting off for a specific amount of time. And you don't need to put them off. Maybe you want to run for a congressman. Maybe you want to run for a city chair or for the school board. You don't have to wait. Try to see if you can do it now. If you want to travel to whatever country, you don't have to wait to travel. Figure out ways to do it now. I don't have all the answers to do it. It's going to take research. It's going to take, it's going to take God's power, and it can happen in your life. So, in terms of me wanting to spread the word of God, I took steps to form an online church, and it's called Connecting Christ. And here I am. This is my first video. I want to share with you guys things that are happening to me on a daily basis, things that I'm learning, and I hope that they can have a positive effect for you. There's just so much that I come across that I want to share. Just to give you guys a little background about me, I'm a communications professor. I'm an attorney, and I love speaking to people. I love teaching, and I love the Lord, and I love Jesus. And it brings me so much joy to share these words with you. I'm so thankful for those of you that were able to watch this and make it to the end. What I want and what I ask is that you guys share your own story, and the same way that I'm sharing mine, I'd like for you to share yours. Think about the power of resurrection and how Jesus has or will make a difference in your life, and then share that story. It's really simple. I'll share it on my webpage, on my YouTube, everywhere, or you're welcome to do it on your own. But it's a wonderful thing. I mean, we serve a wonderful God, and I'm here just to reinforce that message over and over and over and over again every day. He's powerful. He loves you. He loves me, and we're blessed to live the life that we live. Don't forget the power of your stories. They're extremely powerful. And they're going to glorify our wonderful, amazing, and powerful God. And I can't wait to hear them. Please share this video if you get a chance. And like Connecting Christ on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I hope you have a great day.